David Leslie Johnson McCormick. Nope, McGoldrick. What's his name?
Hey guys, welcome back. We are CineChicks. I'm Christina.
And I'm Jen. And before we get started, you know what we're going to ask you. Have you liked this video yet? Did you like our last video? Are you subscribed to our channel? Because we can wait all day. Just go like it. Today we are talking about The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which was written by David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick and directed by Michael Chavez. What'd you think about it?
The movie for me was just okay. Like, compared to the other two, like in most trilogies or however many of the Conjuring, the
There's
official
like 50,
The Conjuring
right?
titled movies are gonna be, they always kind of decrease in like quality, like no matter which one you're in, they tend to. It's not terrible, but at the same time it's just okay. And I don't know if a lot of that has to do with the fact that they had to make a lot of it up. The case it's based on is pretty basic.
Yeah.
Like all the extra stuff with the witch and the third person that's in there, like making all these things happen, that is completely and utterly made up. And the only thing in the case that's like solid, like in the movie, is the kid was possessed, then it got passed on to the boyfriend murdered someone, and then they had to prove that he was indeed possessed, which, you know, was thrown out. But still, like, that's about it. But all the extra stuff that happens in the movie outside of that is all made up, which is majority of the movie. So I feel like maybe that's what it is. I feel like the first two had a lot more.
There was a lot more
like haunting stuff going on, that it was just better. So they didn't have to like pull so much out their asses, basically. But with this one, they pulled so much out that like it just didn't feel like the other ones. And I mean, they did try to put heart and soul into it by focusing more on Ed and Lorraine and like how they met and their love, and how basically, like, you know, neither one wants anything to happen to the other. But in terms of the people that are being affected, I really didn't feel that bad for, if I'm being honest. Like, I felt bad in the like, oh, well, that sucks. Like, your girlfriend's brother was possessed and now you are because of your proximity to it. Like, that sucks. But like not in the way that I felt for the first family or the second family. You know, I just didn't feel that connection with this group of people, this family, which is why I feel like they relied more heavily on how you feel about Ed and Lorraine Warren's relationship, and not so much on the family that the story is based on. The scares are pretty predictable. I mean, you know, I think sometimes they kind of held it a little too long. Like, before they like jump scare you, like it just held so long that you're just like,
okay,
you kind of lose the steam. You're kind of like, well, is something gonna happen or like what? I mean, all in all, the movie was for me it was just okay. I wouldn't say it was terrible. I mean it's a scary movie. I mean, you know, you kind of know what to expect with the Conjuring movies in general. But this one, for me, I will say is the weakest out of all three of them. And that sucks, because I think it's really a nuanced concept of the fact that the court systems believe in God enough to have you swear on a Bible before God. But then, like, if someone's like, well, I'm possessed, or I was possessed by the devil, they're like, no. That can't, no. Oh, it's like, we believe in God enough to have you swear on the Bible, but we don't believe in all that stuff enough to believe that you can be affected by like demonic stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like interesting how they separate that in the court of law or whatever. But other than that, like, I mean, it was okay. It was okay. You can see this on HBO Max.
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
Right.
Not one that you need to see in the theater.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I totally agree with you. It was okay for me. It was like I enjoyed it because it had a few jump scares, but as far as like comparing it to the other Conjurings, it definitely is like the worst of them. And I think it is because it has the least to do with all of the possessions, and this was more of like a Conjuring light, because he was already like not really possessed for like half of the movie, and they're just trying to prove that he had been possessed, and it's just it was okay. Definitely don't need to see it in a theater. You don't need to see it at all. And if we're being completely honest, The Devil Made Me Do It is the dumbest title. Like, just, they could have come up with something better than that. Because as soon as you hear it, then it just like makes me chuckle, and I'm like, okay. And it's not even that the devil made him do it, because he wasn't possessed by the devil. He was like possessed by a demon. So then I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Whatever.
I just know that the case itself was referred to as that, so I think they were trying to make it notable, like, oh, remember that case, the devil made me do it case? Well, this is what this movie's about, so he put in the title. But like, it's a stupid name. They didn't name Conjuring 1 or 2 after the cases, so why this one needed to have the name, and it's a stupid name, so.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it, guys. It's a meh. It's a meh movie for me, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a meh movie. So if you guys agree with us or disagree with us, let us know in the comments. If you didn't do it at the beginning of the video, which you should have, we gave you enough time, but we'll forgive you this time. Make sure you like the video. Be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you know every time we post new videos, which will be way more frequent now that the movies are open and in full swing. So if you want to get the latest from us, be sure to be subscribed and hit that notification bell.
Until next time.